Hi, welcome back to my video. So in this video, we'll learn about basic RAG system, like what is a RAG and why it is needed in the basic system. You will heard a lot of things about RAG. Everywhere around the world, like everyone is talking about RAG system and RAG system. What is a RAG system? So in this video, we'll learn about traditional RAG system and why it is needed. So let's get back to a screen and just study what is a RAG. So what is RAG? RAG is the Retrieval-Augmented Generation. It is an AI technique that improves the large language model responsible for fetching the facts from the external data source before generating an answer. So imagine like you have something kind of like information in your company and you want to generate some response from that answer or that kind of document. So what you can do, you can just build a RAG system around the document and try to so in this video, we'll learn about like how to build a RAG system and all. So I'm just giving you a brief idea like what is a RAG system. This is a proper definition. Like it is an AI technique which improves the large language model answer by giving some techniques like open book test by accessing the memories and all. Yeah. So imagine this is you, student. This is you. You are a very brilliant student. Like you know all the things, you studied all the things from 2024 to 2025, 2026. But the teacher like me will give the question which is out of the box, like to test your knowledge. So you don't know the answer. Like if you study all the things from previous data and you are very brilliant student. So what you will do? You just try to get some story. You don't want to look foolish. So that thing will you do, and you will do that very confidently. Like the teacher will not understand what I'm writing, so we'll create a story around that whatever you have in your past. So this is you don't know the answer and you wrote something story. So in AI terms it is called as hallucination. Like let's take an example of ChatGPT. If ChatGPT does not know something, it will not tell like I don't know or I don't know the answer of this question. It will create the story around that on the basis of the like past data it have. So it is called as hallucination in the AI terms. Yeah. But with the RAG, what you can do? So you have the access to memory. It is called as open book memory. Yeah. So in that case, you have the open book exam. You can just search what is this teacher is asking. Like he's asking something about very current affairs topic. So you will just glance to the book and answer on the basis of that. Yeah. So this is the RAG system. We'll just understand what is a RAG and how the system will behave if the RAG is not present in that. So, yeah. Yeah. So imagine this is you. Sorry for my handwriting. My drawing is pretty bad, but I will just explain you the RAG in pretty well manner. Yeah. So this is you. What will you do? You just query something, and you query. You write some prompt. Then this prompt will go to the LLM. LLM can be anything. It can be Claude, it can be OpenAI, or it can be Gemini. So on the basis of that, you will get some output. Yeah. So without RAG, this is how the system will work. But the LLM will give you the wrong answer. It does not know the context. It can give you like the answer, which is a very you can say very hallucinating answer or with very misunderstood answer. It does not contain your context. That's why. So if you ask very particular question like what is the leave policy of my company? Leave policy of my company. So what it will answer? It will answer like it can be 60 days, it can be 90 days. It's not correct. It can be 50 days as per your company. So it will not say like I don't know what is the answer. So it will just simply say I have searched some internet and from the internet it is giving me some kind of 90 days period. But the answer may be correct or may not be correct. Yeah. So here it will just give the response, but it is not that correct, you can say. Yeah. So you will say, Prajwal, we have some startup, like this is your startup, you are the CEO of the company, and you have some documents, you have some HR policies, you have some internal confidential document. You will tell me, can I fine tune this model and get the proper response? You can. But the thing is that for the fine tuning the model, it will require a huge costing, it will require huge cost, a huge CPU, a huge kind of resources, which cost you a lot of GPUs and infrastructure and everything. So the fine tuning is not a proper way. So in that case, what you can do, we can just build a rack. Yeah. So you will say, so Prajwal, the RAG is very important. Then why many companies are like fine tuning the model and all? So listen, fine tuning is pretty good. Like it will give a lot of responses, but it is an old technique, like which is used by the Amazon and like various companies in the previous decade. But right now, many companies are using the RAG system. They just give the access to the memory and like up to date data they give all in the store in the vector database, and just when a user query that, they directly get a response. So now let's understand what is a RAG system. So the same thing happen. This is you. Yeah, you will do the query plus prompts. But now in this case, what we will do, we have the vector database. Sorry, I'm drawing pretty bad, so you have to understand that. Yeah, what we will do, this is vector DB. So we have the data. What will perform? Will perform a data ingestion pipeline. You have the data and you will convert the data into chunks. It is called as parsing. Then that parsing or that chunks will be embedded. It is called as embedding. So now let's understand how the data will flow into vector DB, and from there it will get the context. So imagine this is your document. The document can be anything. It can be internal policy, it can be your leave policy, it can be HR policy. So it is just like there is a one sentence, like you can say, my name is, Prajwal. So what is the chunking? So chunking is nothing but we are dividing the sentence on the basis of context, on the basis of like words, on the basis of how the semantic search is working and all. So here what we will do, I will just explain you the brief, and the next video we will understand what is the chunking type and all. So let's take an example. So what we will do, we will just divide the sentence into the word, like it can be my plus name plus is plus Prajwal. So this is the basic terminology of the chunking. Like we will divide a sentence into the smaller chunks, and then we assign some embeddings to that chunks. So these are your words. What we will do, we will just assign some embeddings to these words. What do you mean by embeddings? Embedding is nothing but we will just assign some numerical values. Like there are many models out there, from like OpenAI to Anthropic embeddings. They provide some pre-built embeddings. So on the screen, I will show you like how the embeddings works and all, how to assign the embeddings in the hands-on when we do the next videos. Yeah. So this is just a theory I'm telling you. Yeah. So for now, just understand that embedding is nothing but it is just numerical value. We just assign some numerical values to that word, and then that embedding will store into the vector DB. So this is how the whole data ingestion pipeline will work in the backend. Now we have the vector DB. We have the whole context, like what you're trying to build and what is your context. You have the whole your document into the vector DB in numerical format. So now the same like what you will do, you will just query something same as you do in the previous without a rack system. You will prompt something, but this time what will happen, it will not go to directly to the LLM. It will first go to the vector DB, like it will get some context, what is your data, what is you trying to say, and what is your whole story. So it will go to the vector DB, and from there vector DB it will get the context. So now this LLM will have your whole context. So if you ask something like what is the HR policy, what is my resignation policy, if I resign something for today, so what will be my notice period? So what LLM will respond? It will just respond accurately and give you the proper answer. Now you will have the output which is 100% correct. Yeah. So it will directly save your hallucination. The LLM will not hallucinate. It will give the accurate answer. So this is a benefit of the RAG structure, and it is a traditional RAG architecture. So yeah, in the next video we'll learn about like agentic RAG systems and all. Thanks for watching.